Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rima BB, and today we're going over some of the things that Maryam had on the NICU. I feel like most of this stuff is self-explanatory, but some things I am going to explain. We had these wipes and baby diapers. I don't think we're ever going to be able to use the diapers because they're definitely way too small now. But the baby wipes, I don't think we're going to use them because they're in like the bottom of the bucket and they're in my closet right now. And then there's these baby pacifiers. She only really used them when she was getting like her blood checked or something like that. This Neoshore Simlac was used as a formula and also as a fortifier. Fortifier is basically to add more like calories to the milk. And there were these little breast milk storage bottles. We have so many of these in our freezer still because there's like so much milk. But they came with like packs of 3s and we had a lot of them actually. We still have a lot of empty bottles. Here are some ultrasound pictures that they gave to my mom while she was in the hospital. They gave her these probably like 2 weeks before Maryam was born because my mom was in the hospital for a total of, I think, maybe almost 2 months, maybe. I'm not sure. And this is also a fortifier, but this one is not used as a formula, it's just used as a fortifier. Next are like these little swabbly stick things. I'm not sure what they're called, honestly, but they used to like use them to clean Maryam's mouth from all her like her spit bubbles and stuff. They also used it to like let her taste the milk before she was like too young to like eat it by herself. Here are some syringes. They used to feed her like these syringes and like through the tube that went into her stomach. They just like attach it somehow and put it on a machine that made a weird sound. And I know like when she was really young, they'd use like the really small syringes and they'd put it on for like every 30 minutes, like a ounce, not an ounce, like a little bit would go in her stomach. To be honest, I did not know when babies were born they didn't eat for like the first 3 days or something like that because Maryam didn't eat for the first 3 days. I was like, oh my god, isn't she hungry? And they was like, no. I was like, how do you know? The little band-aid thing wrapped around her foot and it had a little sensor which told her pulse and then it connected to the machine. Then there was these little blood tester things. You know those things that they put on your arm and like squeeze your arm to get your blood pressure? But yeah, they had these for babies and they were like so tiny, like how cute. Not gonna lie, sorting through all this stuff was traumatizing because I was reliving the memories and they weren't necessarily good. I don't really like seeing wires all over her and things like that. Off of that depressing topic, here's something much cleaner for the mind because it is soap. This soap was used to clean my mom's breast pumps, bottles, and like pacifiers. Speaking of breast pumps, here are some of the breast pump pieces. I struggled to figure out how it went together. I knew how it looked, but I didn't know how it went together until I figured it out just then. My mom actually doesn't use this pump anymore, hence why it's kind of going away. She has an automatic one now, but like she doesn't really like this one because it's manual and it takes forever. If you guys couldn't tell already, this is me getting ready to put this all away into my closet. This bag has like the babyest things. I don't really know how to explain it. This little thing was like a baby foot pricker they used to prick her heel to withdraw some of her blood to test her blood sugars. This was used to clamp her umbilical cord and turn it into a belly button. This is the baby wristband, but it is fluffy so it doesn't hurt her. She has so many of these little baby wristbands, I don't even know why actually. Now I know I said they were wristbands, but some of them went on like her feet or her legs. Not her feet, but her legs. These are her jaundice masks that she had when she had to go under the blue light. In total, I do believe she had to go under for 3 days, maybe 3 or 4 days. I'm not sure if you guys watched part 1, but this is like part 2, and she used to always rip off her masks. I did link part 1 in the description. Here we have more storage bottles. I feel like the storage bottles are like the least exciting and important part of the video. In the hospital we did go to, there was like a check-in desk where you could get like a day pass, and like they kept spelling people's names wrong, and it was like hilarious to me. Anyways, my auntie brought her these balloons, and I was like, oh my god, that's so sweet. She had like a pink star one, and then she had a like circle hello baby one, which is actually this one right here. It's like, oh my god, it's so like cute. This is probably the longest YouTube video I've ever posted, but that's okay. These are more storage bottles, bags things, but we actually didn't get them from the NICU. My cousin who had a baby gave them to us. I said us, but in actuality, I meant my mom and Maryam. And now this right here was like kind of gross to me because like this was the wire that they had go through her nose into her stomach. And I just thought, oh, okay, it's the wire in a tube. And I tried to like extract it and like stuff moved inside, and I was like, oh my god, that's nasty. And it was baby stomach acid. Like, ew, how gross. One thing they did do before they started like giving her more milk, they would like pull out all her stomach acid to see if all the milk was digested. These are some wires that connected to the machine. There was one on her heart, her lungs, her stomach, and on her back. And like they just like beeped. And this was my mom's menu for when she was in labor. They had my mom on a high fat diet because Maryum was so small. Here are some labels. You just wrote the date my mom pumped them, like date and time, and you just put them on a bottle. And when the nurses came in, they took the bottles and put them in the freezer. Maryum had to have her foot outside of the swaddle to like keep her pulse machine on. So they gave her a baby heel warmer and they just like put it on like that on her foot. It was kind of weird. And now that we know how that works, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next thing. The next thing was like these little wristbands that they gave my mom. My mom also had a few. My sister had one because she was like staying with the baby most of the time. Although the hospital was in North Carolina, I stayed in South Carolina with my auntie. I'm currently editing with Maryum right now. She just woke up from a nap. But this brings us to the end of the video. That is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.